Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Yeah, this would be terrible if the video was backwards now. This is gonna fade that music out there. It's so jazzy. Good for you. Welcome to the Mad Hat Cats live vlog, September 2018. Thank you for joining me, whoever is in the room. I'm sorry if the video is backwards. I don't know how to fix it. Nope. I can only switch between front camera and back camera. But as you can see, I'm brilliant and can spell September after 2 tries. How is everybody today? Hello Fab, nice to see you. I hope you're enjoying our fabulous elevator music in the background. I'm still kind of monkeying around with the lighting in here, but it's a little bit better than last time, I feel like. I know the picture was really blown out. So all I'm doing right now is, like I said, I wanted to be doing 4 videos this month, and I've already done videos 1 and 2. That was the driveway reflections video, and then our first kind of artist interview on Parlor Parlay with my friend Dave Nesbitt, and our surprise special guest there at the end. If you haven't seen it, I can't remember. I think I put the timestamp for who or for the spot where you can go and see the jump scare that was very real for the surprise special guest. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is just kind of what's been going on, and, you know, it's partially a personal reflection, you know, to stay grateful and all that, and also to kind of let you know what is coming up. So, obviously, not obviously. First thing that I need to tell you, it's very, very important. Cold sores suck. If you've never been afflicted with them, be grateful, because they're horrid. I know you can't really see it, but I'm still getting over one, and it's still kind of fading. I haven't had any for an entire year because I was doing a clinical trial where they were testing a preventative medicine. It was in patch form, so I had it on the inside of my arm for like a day. And I didn't have any for an entire year, and that was blissful, and I need it to get approved by the FDA already. Hey there, Serbian Survey. I don't know if I've ever seen you in the room before, but welcome to the vlog for today. And if you have any comments or questions, and that goes for everyone else too, throw them at me. I'm going to be on for, I think, like 20 minutes max, because I've got a skip the dishes shift coming up. So, yes, cold sores. They take forever to heal. Fab, thank you for even looking. Fab50 is doing some really helpful things for me to try and work out OBS Studio so that I can better stream things and don't have to deal with doing it from my phone, because this is just really low tech, and then I have to make title cards on actual paper instead of digital high-tech title cards like real people. And then I have, although I will say, like, I do kind of like my little upset at my misspelling business there. But Fab, thank you for even looking at it all. I really appreciate your help. And I'll, at the very end of this, I'll touch on something that will actually be relating to, things that I want to stream, and things that have to do with videos that are going to get uploaded and technical business and all of that. So, yes, cold sores are annoying, very important business. One of the many annoying genetic things that I inherited, including nearsightedness, eczema on my elbows. It's the worst thing. And genetic predispositions to depression and OCD and lipedema. So you know that weird, not quite rare disease I've mentioned that I have? It's basically a connective tissue disorder, the one that's woefully underdiagnosed. And people don't believe that I have it because they can put their hands around my waist and their fingers touch. I have a small waist, so clearly I don't have it. Actual story, I do have it. It's incredibly painful, but hooray! I'm getting surgery next month. 2 surgeries in 2 weeks. How exciting? Is that the word? Yes, exciting, because it's going to hopefully solve, 80 to 90%, possibly all of my pain issues, and that's amazing. So even though it's going to be a really long recovery period, for 1 to 6 months, depending on how well it goes, but it'll solve things, so that's fantastic. It took me a while to focus on finalizing the logistics of the surgery, who was going to be the surgeon, where it was going to happen, when we were going to do it, how we were going to finance it. That took forever because, as you know, I was finishing up uni, and I was, freaking out until the very last minute. But as you know, I now have the physical diploma, and it's real, and they spelled my name right and everything. So, yay! So, by the way, some people have been asking to see pictures of me in my robes and my cords and my mortarboard. I did my ceremonial walk last May so that my grandparents didn't have to drive out in the middle of the winter to come to my graduation. I think my sister took pictures, so I'm asking her to send those to me and that I'll post them, and you can go, oh, look, education, how fantastical. Freddy Krueger is in the room. Hey, Freddy, how's it going, man? Yes, no, not immediately dying surgery, but needs to happen because it's a progressive disease and there's really just no cure for it, and surgery is really the only way to kind of tackle it on a long-term basis. So this, in addition to me, updating you on my surgical plans and all of that, it's also kind of just a reflection on the month. I wanted to do this video at the beginning of the month, but that didn't happen. My car got bumped into, and I had to take it to the shop, and so I was out of work for about 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half. It was a pain in the butt, to say the least. But at the same time, this month has also been a really good month because I've gotten to see a lot of friends and have a lot of really good times with them. There were my high school friends from what I call l'académie, because we're a Frenchy school. 2 of them had birthdays. One had a surprise party at a Japanese steakhouse. She was legitimately surprised, which never happens, but of course she would be surprised. Her sister was very, very extra sneaky clever and had this whole, like, oh, it's a work dinner and we had extra tickets, so come and we will have, it was, this whole sort of sneaky ruse, and my friend Jessie just fell for it, absolutely. She came in and was very confused for like a solid 30 seconds. That never happens with surprise parties. And the funny thing was that the day that surprise birthday dinner was, my other friend had their actual birthday, and a couple days later we went out for drinks at this really nifty tiki themed rum bar that we have here in town. I got to have a drink that had like super smoky fluffy coconut cream on top that was delicious, and we also got to do a Sherlock Holmes themed escape room, which, if you haven't done escape rooms, they've become really big in the last couple of years or so. They're really fun and will really make you examine your relationship with patience for yourself and for how other people think. Fab's car is also in the shop. I'm sorry to hear. Hopefully it will not be as expensive to deal with as mine was. I'm just gonna check on comments here if I can, if it'll let me touch the thing. I've got my phone set up and I might not be able to access my buttons. Live chat, there we go. Surgery, car problem, sounds rough. Like I said, it was actually a really good month, Freddie. Despite the downs, there were lots of ups. So, and Fab likes the shirt. Thank you. I've always really loved Portal, and so anytime, this is kind of a silly, not parody of it, but a silly Portal shirt. But anytime a Portal shirt pops up anywhere, like on Woot or T-Frenzy or anything like that, I need to have it. I'm super into Portal. In addition to seeing some high school friends, I've also gotten to have some really great discussions with you guys on the Discord. Thank you for all of those who are in my super secret test audience. It's been really interesting kind of monkeying around with that and, having some really good down to earth connections and, picking each other up if you're kind of having a down day. It's been really nice. And I hope that at the very least, the Daily Dose of Kind Mind channel that I have that's Daily Dose of Kind Mind have given you some happy thoughts when you need them. Hi Han, nice to see you. I was just talking about how I've really been enjoying talking with everybody on Discord. Fab says the head gasket started leaking water into the oil, so the engine is full of water. Oh no, that is not good. It needs to be fixed. Hopefully, like I said, it won't be like massively expensive. Another thing that, as for along the spending time with friends time this month, my local gang of friends that I game with, that I go to movies with, take vacations with, we went to 2 apple orchards in one day because that's what you do in Nebraska, and fall time starts to come around. The autumnal times come and you go, let's go get some apple cider. And seriously, every small town in Nebraska has become a winery. It has a winery now. They grow grapes. It's thanks climate change, because now it gets warm enough up here that we can grow grapes. And I think one of those are called Scuppernong. I believe it's native to the south. It's a kind of grape that's native to the south, but I love the name of it, Scuppernong. And after we went to the apple orchards, we went to Alamo Drafthouse, and we saw an Arnold Schwarzenegger film fest, and it was fantastic. It could have just been 8 hours of Arnold's Japanese commercials, and I would have been fine with that, because those are hilarious. In between all the movies, they were showing, commercials and little clips of him doing like PSAs when I think he was like a spokesperson for, the United States Youth Health Initiative or something like that. You children, you are weak and soft. But we're bored, Mr. Schwarzenegger. There's nothing to do. Of course there are things to do. You get up off the picnic tables and you go run around. Let's go. We're going to pump you up. He is fantastic. And one of the movies that they actually showed, because it was 4 mystery movies, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. We just paid the money and hoped for the best. But it did turn out to be a good selection. First they showed Commando, and then Kindergarten Cop, which was fun on the whole front of, Arnold being super obsessed with getting the message of fitness and health out to the children. Originally, I think the part was supposed to go to Bill Murray, and then Arnold said he would do it if there could be themes of domestic violence against children, which is why you have the one little boy whose dad is beating up on him. And because, he wanted to raise awareness about that. So I guess thank you, Arnold. And then the second thing, he wanted to have a theme of fitness. He said, yes, I will do it if we can talk about fitness. So they gave him the part, and Kindergarten Cop came to pass. The third movie that they showed was Last Action Hero. That's where Arnold plays a movie film character who's an action hero, and he... a boy who is watching this, like, it's magically sucked into the movie, and then the movies come out into the real world. It's a whole lot of hijinksy fun. And then the final one, and I don't think I've ever actually seen this one all the way through, like beginning to end with no interruptions, Conan the Barbarian, the very first one. And I was so sad that I didn't wear my Conan the Barbarian shirt, the one that has like kind of a Venn diagram of what is best in life. So 8 hours of Arnold Schwarzenegger films, totally worth it. Real good on Alamo Drafthouse for picking a fantastic selections. Also, in the past couple of weeks, I've done some afternoons of walking around downtown with the weather being nice and all, and, getting my exercise on, because Arnold knows that fitness is important. And we were playing Pokemon Go. I haven't played in like a year. I'm not super into it anymore, but it's still fun. And whenever I'm seeing new and, different things that I haven't caught before. That's always interesting because, it pops up and you go, what on earth is that? It's like a tiny sperm cloud. And then there's another one that looks like just a straight up robot. It's not even any kind of organic monster. It's a robot. And of course, I've also gotten to see Melancholy a bunch this past month. Not that that's out of the ordinary, but it's still very exciting for me. And we got to watch more Steven Universe, which is always a good time for me because I've seen it all, 1,000 times through. But I get to watch her watching it for the first time and go, okay, all right. She's crying at the right part. Yes, yes, yes. We're plotting our eventual world takeover. That's always good. We went and got her some eyeglasses. They're quite fetching on her. And she can see. It's been great. I also got back into the swing of things, all my non-online work this month. Normally I supplement with doing freelance online work, writing, website testing, game testing, audio transcription, but my best money is made doing Lyft, Skip the Dishes, Postmates. Those last two are like meal delivery services from restaurants and fast food. Oh no, someone did a message restricted. Fab, what did you say? I love how I can't see what... Oh no, you retracted it. It wasn't something that was automatically blocked. I was going to say, I don't think I have any kind of auto blocking things. I don't need to at this point in time. Han says, I assume you mean the Arnold commercials are a little bit scary. Yes, but he's amazing at the same time. The energy drink ones, yes, no, those are the best. Where he's holding it between his two fingers like this. Yee. Oh, no, those actually are a little scary. Fab says, I saw Melancholy was online the other day. How is she doing, by the way? She's still hanging in there, it's a process, still trying to go through the whole moving thing. It's taking a really long time. But again, I say it and I mean it. She does miss you guys and she is planning on coming back and everything. It's just a matter of time. So, yeah, speaking of Skip the Dishes, I should pick it up here because I've got to start my shift soon. But anyway, it's nice to have that variety of things that I'm doing, that control over my schedule, especially since my health has gotten so inconsistent and just generally poor over the last year. I kind of need the flexibility to work my tail off when I actually feel worth a damn, while also maintaining the luxury of not working for a day or two when my whole body just decides, nope, your legs and all the joints they're in are now worthless, bye! But those level 10 pain days are actually lessening now. In July, I did a Tui Na massage, 3 times a week, 90 minutes each time for 4 weeks. And that was kind of based off of a clinical study that had been done in the last couple of years. Tui Na massage is basically just a deep tissue massage that's within the realm of traditional Chinese medicine. So it kind of goes off the key energy meridian background. And I did that for a month, and then I started adding in acupuncture, and just over the last couple of weeks, my acupuncturist started doing some cupping as well. And I've been doing kind of a mixture of all of that for the last 2 months, and it has been helping. It's a little bit weird sometimes, and I had kind of a daydream today while I was on the table, and I was like, what would it be like to do, I don't know whether it would just be like a little animatic or, a video where I have my camera strapped to my forehead and, just like go through the motions of doing an acupuncture or massage session and just kind of narrate all the thoughts that go through my head. Because I have OCD and my brain never is quiet. Not ever. And sometimes just like, yes, this is very relaxing. And that needle did weird things there. Okay, it's all right now. It's fine. It's fine. Han says, I know someone who met their future wife via Pokemon Go. It's nice that people are getting out and meeting other people in the world and getting some sunshine. Um, I will send her your well wishes to her, Fab. I will do that. Um, in addition to the acupuncture and the tuina, I mean, it's all kind of related to each other, but people people in the West think of them as like separate treatments. It's all kind of integrated together. In addition to that, I've also been doing medi-cupping, which is basically the same tool as the cups you see in traditional Chinese medicine, but it's a different methodology. It's rooted in Western anatomy and physiology knowledge, as opposed to operating under the key energy meridian maps of traditional Chinese medicine. It also uses a machine to create a constant vacuum while the cups are being moved along the body's surfaces, kind of as an extension of the therapist's hands, their fingers, their thumbs, their knuckles, their elbows, as opposed to using the cups in TCM, where the vacuum pressure is created with alcohol, a swipe of alcohol, and a light of a flame, or sometimes they'll use a trigger mechanism that creates suction via pumping action. And in Chinese medicine, those cups tend to be static. They're left on a single spot and just left there. Whereas with medi-cupping, it's, like I said, it's an extension of the therapist's hands, and it's being moved around kind of to create like a negative pressure. So it's pulling on the tissues instead of pressing downward on them. Speaking of medi-cupping, I actually got myself a medi-cupping machine because there are so few bodywork therapists in Omaha who are actually trained in medi-cupping and actually continue to make it part of their practice. And their availability is so limited. I do have one gal that I go to. I finally was able to start getting in seeing her once a week because her availability opened up. But I finally just said, screw it. I've got to have this more often. I need to do this once or twice a week, and if I can do some of it myself, that's a chunk of change that I save every time that I don't have to go to somebody else to do it. Now, like, I can't do my own back. I may be a little bit bendy, but I'm not that skilled. Just because I can pat myself on the back, literally, not metaphorically, doesn't mean that I can do any kind of effective work with that. Hunpritcher asks, have you asked about a yoga practice? I don't know, or asked about it at a yoga practice. I don't know if they still operate. Is that a specific yoga school here? I know that you've said you've known people in Omaha, Han. I'm actually a yoga teacher. I don't teach anywhere currently because it just hasn't been a viable option. There's no studio that I operate out of. I usually just teach individuals kind of on a freelance basis, which is like everything I do is the freelance hustle right now. Hopefully after surgery that will begin to change a little bit, and I'll be able to do more long-term work that maybe includes benefits, health benefits. Yes, very good. So last thing for today, I'd like to, I'm looking to, I've got a little bit of extra chunk of change now. I keep saying chunk of change today. I don't know why that is. I have a little bit of extra money now, since I did have some time where I was actually able to work. And I'd like to get a PS4 camera because until I get my PC situation figured out and get it optimized for streaming things, it's just not really a viable option for me. But I want to play the games. I want to play the games, and I want to share the games, and I want to be doing the live stream thing so that, people can watch me be usually terrible at games, but entertaining, to say the least. So I want to get a PS4 camera and, kind of do like I did that one day way back when Molly taught me how to play Dead by Daylight, and just do it that way for a couple of games. I was going to, here now with my super high-tech scrapbooking abilities, here are the two choices for what I would like to do. And again, I'm sorry, this is backwards. It's just the reality of my low-tech situation here. I either want to play Broken Age, again, because I've already played it through once, or I want to continue playing Life is Strange. I've never live-streamed either of these, but I would love to play this again, and I really liked what I did play in Life is Strange. So I'd like to do more of that. Tell me in the comments or on the Discord or on social media if you follow me there, which of those games you might like to see me live stream. Now, of course, next month I will be recovering from surgery, unless I get, really lucky and I'm able to find a camera before I leave to go have surgery. I've got to go out of town, out of state. And if I get really ambitious, maybe I can do it before I actually go for surgery. But I don't know how likely that is. On the off chance that I'm just like really dying and can't do a whole lot, I still would like to do some kind of, little live stream, but something with more of a calming, relaxing game like Flow or Unfinished Swan, Flower, Journey, something like that. And when I do finally get a simulator set up to run my old PC games, that's probably a couple months down the line. I don't know if Fab will be able to help me work something out, or if I'll just be able to learn things off of the YouTubes. It's possible. Here are some of the titles that I'd like to start with. Let me know if any of them speak to you and stir your imagination. Clue Finders Math Adventures, where the Clue Finders go to, I want to say Nepal, and it's like the mystery of the Yeti, where you've got to find hidden artifacts. I'm gonna hate having to do math again, but that will be amusing. And then there's another math one called Operation Neptune, which has really simple graphics and these, really old school sound effects, but at the same time, it's got this kind of cool exobiology element to it, so it's kind of a mystery. I think there's something, Element X or something like that you've got to find where it came from, what are its origins, what does it do. And then finally, you guys have heard me talk about Barbie Ocean Discovery. I want to play me some Barbie Ocean Discovery again. Me and I can't remember what the dolphin's name is. It's probably Sandy. We need to go to the bottom of the ocean and find the lost city of Atlantis so that we can find the treasure and donate to the Marine Life Institute where we work. Well, I work as Barbie. Sandy, I think, just lives in the ocean. I don't think Sandy works at the Marine Life Institute. But those are the three games that I'm kind of tossing around to start playing an old game. And then I lied. There is one more thing. For the end of this month, like I said, I wanted to do 4 videos. This is video number 3. I'm either going to do a ukulele video, or I will do the Oktoberfest song that I was talking about that is featured in a musical I'm writing called Mein Lesbisch Liebe. If you know German, you know what it means. So what do you want? You want a ukulele song? And I'm thinking either How Far I'll Go from Moana, or We Are the Crystal Gems from Steven Universe, the full version, where they talk about going out for pizza. Or the kind of polka oompa oompa Oktoberfest song. You tell me what you think would be good. That is all I have for now. I'm going to look back at the last bit of comments because I know a few people were saying some things. Oh, you guys have said so many things. Alcohol never ends well. Wait, who's been drinking? Which one of you did it? Who's good for hangovers? Han says, yes, it's a place in Omaha. I haven't heard of it, but I'll look around for it because I'm always looking. I like to go and attend classes with other teachers and not just, do practice by myself all the time. Han, if you want to see me learn how to play Dead by Daylight, it is on my channel. It's very amusing. I'm also wearing this really cool, gray and yellow sweater that I'm super into, and I finally washed, and it's finally cool enough that I can wear it again. That's really exciting. But yeah, I'm just, stumbling around going, I have no idea what to do. Oh my god, I'm dying! So that's fun to watch. Maybe, again, someday when I actually find video editing software that can run on my computer, I'll edit it down to the best parts of that. Fab says, Life is Strange is my favorite game. Streamed all the episodes. That's fantastic. I think since I've already played Broken Age, I think maybe I'd like to give Life is Strange a go. Freddie says, the good old days where Melancholy played Dead by Daylight every night. Well, like I know that she said, like, she really misses that time, but at the same time, she also really needed a break. So, I'm glad that she was able to take a break, and I know, like, the biggest thing right now is that streaming is just not a viable option for her while she and John are trying to get their living situation reconfigured. But when she comes back, I wonder if maybe she'll start playing again if she's, like, had a little time to step away from it. It really is, Han. What's really good? Oh, Life is Strange, I bet. Yeah, chilled out games. So, Fab says maybe how far I'll go for the ukulele video. Yeah, I think I might just do, maybe I'll just wait for a day. Like, because I have surgery coming up, I haven't been drinking beer very much or anything. Just, to kind of make sure that my body is operating in prime condition as much as possible for when surgery is actually happening. I know that, like, as long as it's not within a week of surgery, I should be okay, but I've been trying to, because I really love beer. Beer is delicious. I love going to a brewery and saying, yes, I will have a flight. Give me these 6 in teeny tiny glasses, and I will try them all. But now you got me thinking about beer, Freddie, and going over to the brewery that's by our house, and I completely forgot what I was saying. So, yes, games, ukulele videos, talking about beers at some point, maybe, because now that could be a thing. Catch up with me on the Discord, you guys, and let me know, what you're thinking for games that I should be playing when I actually get my little PS4 camera, and what ukulele song I should do for at the end of the month. I think that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm thinking ukulele video is going to be video number 4 for September, and then I will have met my goal of doing the 4 videos. Hooray! I'm gonna sign off now because I have to go do a skip the dishes shift. And thank you all so very much for joining me. I'm glad that you guys got to catch up with each other a little bit as well. And if you want to continue doing that, like I said, hop on the Discord. I don't know if you've noticed all of the channel titles that I've put in there, but there's places for you to talk about the things you love. There are places for you to, have some health and wellness moments. There are places for you to make media recommendations, like movies and video games and online entertainment. By the way, I'm super into YouTube animators now, like, who do animatics. I've just been watching them, like, nonstop. So maybe I'll post a couple of my current favorites in the description below, which will probably happen later tonight after my shift is over. Thank you again for joining me this evening, and I will talk to you again soon. We've only got a few more days left in September, so that ukulele video better get done pretty quickly, huh? Yes, quite good. I hope you have a very enjoyable rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Peace, love, live long and prosper. Bye, guys.